ready to go. When I introduce you, I will state your name, the title of your speech, and your name. I will then mute my audio and video. You may begin your speech. Contestant number 3, Jim Hatchell. A legacy more valuable than gold. A legacy more valuable than gold, Jim Hatchell.
The tears filled my eyes as the minister read the eulogy of my favorite grandmother. I was so emotional that I could hardly contain myself. He shared words about her legacy, a legacy more valuable than gold. Words like love, affection, and joy. And then he talked about grandkids. And when he talked about the grandkids, a big smile came on my face and my mind was filled with memories. Memories that even caused me to chuckle out loud, which earned a quick glance from my mother, who was sitting in the row ahead of me. She was a wonderful lady. She taught me many lessons. And the memories that I have of her are so wonderful, so meaningful. They touch my heart even today. One time I remember running into her house, into her kitchen, and she stopped me and said, "Young man, you know you don't come running into my kitchen with your face and hands that dirty." So I scampered back out to the washstand, washed my hands, washed my face, and I came back in. And I said, "I'm thirsty, Granny. Can you fix me some water?" And she had already known what I was wanting. She had a big glass of ice water that she had just pumped out of the well in the kitchen. I took that glass and I gulped it down. She said, "Stop. Don't drink that water so fast. You're going to get cramps." I slid over and sat down at the table and continued to drink my water at a much slower pace, of course. And then she reached in the oven and pulled out this beautiful plate of fresh baked buttermilk biscuits. She cut one open, poured butter all over it, spattered it with a little bit of gooseberry jam. I bit into that thing. Oh man, it was delicious. It even makes my mouth water right now thinking about it. She was wonderful. She did leave a legacy much more valuable than gold. You know, now, some 60 years later, as I reflect on those times, I get a big smile. Partially because of the memories, but more because today I have my own grandchildren. I have 3 beautiful grandchildren. And I only hope that I can leave a legacy like she left with me. One of love, affection, and joy. So when they come to my house today, they don't ask me for milk or water. They ask me for my buttermilk pancakes. Oh, and they're gluten-free, of course. But you know, it is about creating a legacy. And that's my passion today, is to leave a legacy with them, one that they will be able to take with them on their journey. You know, philosopher Jim Rohn says this. He says that all good men and women must take responsibility to create a legacy that will take our next generation to levels that we cannot even imagine. And that's my goal, is to leave a legacy, one that will take my grandchildren to levels that we don't even know about yet. Another thing that they will remember me for is camping trips. We just returned from a great trip up in the mountains where we had so much fun, where we took an 8.2-mile hike around the lake. And when we got back, we sat down and we talked about all of the wonderful things that we learned and we saw. So I know that I am creating that legacy that will be more valuable than gold. You know, Shannon Alder says this. She says we need to carve our names on the hearts of our children, not on tombstones. So my question for you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what will your legacy be? What will people say when you're no longer here? What will your grandchildren say about you when you have gone from here? Will it be one of love, affection, and joy? And will it be a legacy more valuable than gold? Mr. Contest Chair.
Thank you, contestant 3, Jim Hatchell. Please mute your video and your audio. Mr. Timer, may we have 1 minute on the clock for the judges to mark the ballot? Give me a red card when it's done.